Thank you very much for coming out tonight. It's really nice to see such a group.
Yeah, lovely people you are.
We love you all. There's a few catchphrases we have, that's one of them. So my name's Paul Brewer. Oh, you're coming in?
Soon.
Soon. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. So my name's Paul Brewer, and this is Devon Marston. I'll just introduce myself briefly, and I haven't really got anything written down as a talk, so I'm just going to show a whole load of pictures, and me and Devon are going to do a double act, which is what we're used to doing. So, but please stop us and ask any questions if you want to as we go along. So yeah, my name's Paul Brewer. My history of music, well, maybe I should go back a bit beyond that. When I left university, I had a bit of a breakdown myself and was quite depressed for about 10 years or so, and then I finally found my feet in the mental health system, coincidentally. And but all the time I've been interested in music, actually I'll just finish my first bit and then I'll pass over to you if that's all right. So this is never before seen at the Arts Centre for some years.
Is that all right? I'm just trying to use it.
I was in this band. Can you see me? This is when hair was fashionable. And I actually think,
is that you on the
and I had some. Well, that's why it was fashionable. Now I don't. It's no longer fashionable. Oh, that's me there. This is Time Out Coolness and the Ace Afro Pop band. Hello, Colin.
Hi, you're right.
Yeah, we're all right.
It's got a cup of tea. Away from me, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, Brewer.
So we had a residency in the room next door for 5 days, in 1983 and again in 1985. But unfortunately we couldn't take one out in 1985 because the drummer went AWOL, so the Arts Centre were very cross with us by that point. So that's part of my musical history. Devon, your musical history.
My name is Devon Marston, and I used to live on Kelmscott Road. Who knows Kelmscott Road?
Yeah, I do. I know it.
I used to live there.
Oh, very nice.
And I used to go to Spencer Park School with Frank Bruno. And we used to come here at the youth club on a Monday night. And we used to play music, I used to play drums. And we used to have entertainment, people like Ira, U-Roy. These are veteran West Indian singers. And the last time I went, it was a lovely time. I can't remember so much of it, but and then later on, I used to come here to pay insurance. My mum used to send me to pay the insurance money in town hall. I think it's really a reception area. It used to be there.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Remember that? Yeah. You were my angel. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, mum used to send me to pay insurance. Actually, what it was, the Investigators is a lovers rock reggae band, which I founded, and we used to live around Clapham Junction here. Our record shop and studio was Inner City Records, just where Northbrook Road Pubbing, just a few yards from there. And that band was very, very successful. And they got a record contract and they went touring. But when they went touring, I had to step down because I got ill. I had a mental health breakdown and I had to go to hospital. And that's where I met Paul.
Yeah, so we met, I was working for the NHS as an occupational therapist in the day hospital, and we met in 1981, I think, when I was still a student. And Devon was one of my cases.
Yeah, Paul took me to the Science Museum.
Yeah, all that stuff. So we did all of that stuff back in the day. And then over the years, we got reconnected over the years, and
Well, that's when I started working with you.
Yeah, that's right.
So we did go to Springfield, and Paul interviewed me, and I got the job.
Yeah.
And I used to work with Paul in Group Network. Group Network was all different services within the borough. And they used to run drop-ins and stuff like that. And Paul was supervising.
In 1991, there was a music session which was the Battersea Methodist Mission, which is just down on York Road. And the very first music session was co-led by Kieran, who's sitting at the back there.
Yeah.
And Devon was the service user in the very first session.
And Libby Notley.
And Libby Notley, who's not here tonight. And from that very first session, Sound Minds was kind of born, if you like. And it was an immediate success. And then there was the second session, which Devon co-led. I wasn't quite involved. Oh no, I was involved at that point, wasn't I?
Yeah.
And then there was a flood and a fire and an armed robbery. That's nothing to do with us. They handed the church said, we've got a few grand. Do you want to run a music project? You're the only people using it. And of course we said yes, because we had quite a few people who were interested in music at that point and were excited about it. And I was just talking to Kieran before we started. There's quite a few people who used those original sessions who are still around and still involved in some way or another, which is really nice. So we're going to,
And then we formed a band.
Yes.
And the first year we formed the band, we got a gig to play at the local day centre. Oh, lovely time.
The band was called Mission Impossible because it always seemed impossible to get because of Battersea Methodist Mission to get the band to work.
It was another rock reggae band.
It was kind of loves rock reggae, but there was somebody who wanted to play Jimi Hendrix covers and someone else who wanted to do Beatles covers, so it's trying to bring everybody together and do it. And it was quite exciting, as I remember. But that very first session, the one that was on a Monday afternoon, I think in the end, is still running today, and that's kind of morphed into a band called Channel 1, which we'll talk about a little bit later. We're going to run over time here, so we're going to have to whiz through at this point. So the next thing, sorry, going the wrong way. We started doing gigs. This is at Springfield Hospital. So we just turn up, stick all the instruments on the lawn and entertain everyone at the Springfield Hospital barbecue. And we did that for many, many years, and that was one of the first gigs that we
loved it.
I'm not sure if Kieran's in that picture. You might see me and a whole load of other people. James, the black guy with the bag there, he's still around. So I'm going to whiz through. This is at the lower hall, just down the back there as it was. We quite quickly started doing gigs in our own right, and so there's Clinton there you were talking about. And the guy playing the congas is still around as well. So this, and the guy on the keyboard is a guy called Charlie Lancaster, who's got his own band. He's still playing and gigging. I think he might have even done a gig here himself. So the live music thing became quite important. I'm going to whiz through things quite quickly. This is a gig we did at Brixton, the Brixton Gallery. This is Devon's drama group.
Can you see me there?
Yeah, I can see you, Devon. It was the Nancy Webb show, wasn't it?
It was a Nancy Webb show. Something about Into Spider.
Yeah.
But that black spider turned into a black man. I call it a Nancy Webb show. It was lovely.
And at this event was the launch of our first CD. And Jerry Damas from Specials was there. There's going to be a lot of name dropping from this point forward. And he was invited by one of our service users who was a little bit high at the time and just went up to him and said, "Come to our gig." And the guy said, "Yeah, why not?" So we were astonished that he turned up. It's one of my all-time heroes, so I was really pleased to see him. This, in 2003, we ran our own conference, which was in, there's going to be a bit of jumping about in time, it was in the church hall at the back of the Methodist Mission. So we had about 60 people from all over the country. People came from Newcastle. We had a big gig in the pub opposite afterwards, and it was really good fun to do. Those were the I'm just going to scroll through a few posters just to give you an idea of the sort of flavour of what we do. This is at the Bedford. A couple of times a year we try and do something in Bedford. This was one of them. This was a thing at the exhibit in Balham, which was also included film. It was a Heritage Lottery grant. So there's three elements to it. There's a DJ, there's some films, there's some bands. This is Local Connection. This is the Princess Head Pub, which is just closed down actually after many years. Christmas Crackers. It's our Christmas gig, which we did in the pub at the bottom of Falcon Road, just down here. And we had a long association with the Princess Head. This is we actually had a residency in the pub where we used to put on entertainment, and the pub actually paid us, which was quite nice. And so acts from Sound Minds would go and do the music. This is another Bedford gig. I'm quite proud of my flyers, that's what I'm showing you. There's Cole. This was one we did a couple of years ago, which was to celebrate a recording project we did, again at the Bedford. This is Donald, who's ex-ASWAD, to give you a flavour of the people who had involved. He's Mako foiled up just as all good rock stars should be.
But don't forget, all these people that need help problems.
Yeah. He used to play football with Bob Marley, so that's, you know, reggae gentry. There's choral singing. This was our big gig, which was in the gym next to Sound Minds, which is now closed down. We spotted it for a gig. This is the Channel 1 band, so we'll tell you a little bit more about the Channel 1 band as we go along. This was that's Platinum. The big lunch on Battersea High Street, again just around the corner from us on the way to Catherine Lowe Settlement. Sarah from Catherine Lowe's there. It's another connection.
The Battersea Forum organised it. Battersea Forum.
I can't remember who organised it, but it was a local initiative, and we put bands on under the marquee, and this is a rapper. And just opposite there, there was a restaurant called Chez Manny's, which we also had a residency, a jazz residency in. And Andy, the sax player, there's a picture of him later on. So we're on to local gigs here. This is the Peabody gig we did for the Peabody guys. I think that area is now flat, isn't it, as I remember, sadly. Knocked it down, so...
There's a Cam Jones Battersea Forum organised.
See Devon there posing for the camera while playing the drums. This is the jazz combo at the Prince's Head pub. So that's a mixture of kind of mainstream musicians and people who've experienced mental health issues. On the bass is Dave, who's our project worker for a while. And on the vocals is Cyril Lane, who's just about to become our project worker, the new one. On guitar is another guy. Sorry. Who was it? Anybody remember? Anyway. This was a gig we did for our big gig at the Victoria pub on Queenstown Road. So again, kind of within shouting distance of Sound Minds. So we put all the acts together. Everybody. It's kind of just a big band night and a big celebration.
Lovely time.
We had a lovely time. Now, Channel 1 band.
Went to school.
What's this, Deborah? Yeah.
Year 2.
Yeah, it's year 10 in Charles Edward Brooks School in Brixton.
All girls.
All girls school. We took the band in. There's a fantastic video on YouTube, which I should probably put a link to. We took the Channel 1 band into the school, and we did a combination of kind of mental health and the media, singing workshops, songwriting workshops, and a performance and a DJ workshop. And we took whole day in the school for year 10, and they all came in and kind of interacted with the band and learned about mental health, as well as having fun with the music skills. I think that I should have brought the film in. It's a really interesting film. We felt like rock stars actually, because the band were performing at the end of the school hall and everyone was screaming and shouting. It was just an extraordinary reaction. And it won an award.
Community Care Award.
Community Care Award.
Joe Brand.
And you can see we're very pleased with ourselves.
That's Channel 1 by Paul.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Devon couldn't go because there weren't enough tickets. So.
You called it away.
Yeah. I was really ill that night actually. I think I was just holding on to my guts at that point. Here's another Peabody gig. Oh yeah. Here's OCB, so this is us with OCB, so I don't know if you know OCB, so anyway, they've got local connections, and so we supported OCB at the Peabody gig. And that's Coral and the daughter, isn't it, Coral?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so Coral's the singer of the Channel 1 band. This is quite a scratchy picture, I think someone must have taken it on their phone, in the Grand Hall. Yeah. And this is the Happy Soul Festival, Devon.
I remember that.
What were you doing there? Were you looking? I think you were acting actually. You're not.
Yeah, no, actually, that's where the film crew were filming us before we went to Ireland.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They were filming us before we went to Ireland. We went to Ireland, didn't we, Carl?
I think we'll come on to that. What about Take Control? You also say something about Take Control?
Take Control, the short brief about a service user who goes to the doctor for help. But the doctor doesn't understand about mental health. He's there taking temperature and all this sort of thing, not really not really helping at home. So this person goes to the recovery officer, and the recovery officer says, I can help you. And then he moves on and becomes well again. A short break, and we stayed there in the Grand Hall, and those cameras, you're filming us before we went to Ireland. So we went to Ireland.
Sorry, I'll come back. We'll do the Ireland thing in a minute. Sorry, the slides aren't in a great order. This is Beatrix Park School in Earlsfield. We did some entertainment for their summer fair, and this is, unfortunately, the singer and the guitarist are both no longer with us, but you might remember that. So, no, okay. That's the band called the Atlantans with Devon on the drums, and James from Channel 1 as well, he's on the bass there. And they used to do just pop covers, and as you can see, I'm the King of the Swingers is going down really well with the kids. Well, two of the kids, the other ones on here. Oh, here's another celebrity. This is Mental Health Media Awards.
I'm nominated for Survival, and I'm actually sure God.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Who also has mental health issues? We use the music as you kind of gathering to kind of break down stigma, raise awareness about mental health issues and everything else. So this is we were invited by Emmanuel College, Cambridge, to do a gig.
Wow.
Actually, it was a rather dim and dismal hall with a flash camera. It makes it look rather brighter than it was. But these very well-known students invited us up to do a gig in Cambridge, and were treated us really nicely. Yeah, better not mention. Winston would probably hit us for royalties if we mention his name. It was a bit like that. But it was a really nice thing to do to raise awareness. One of the students had organised it. This is us with the Saturdays. There was a time when we had a comic relief grant, as you can see that I'm trying to explain how to wear the nose.
That's when it first started off.
Yeah, we gave them their big break the Saturdays, basically. Because before they had any name for themselves, they came down to see us. And they sang with us, which was quite nice. My favourite, Frankie Sanford, who's married to a footballer now. So I'm very disappointed.
You're already married.
What's that?
You're already married. Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things. You don't have wrongings in this country.
No, that's true.
I know.
There's something like, I don't know who that is. Who's that?
Lenny Henry.
Lenny Henry,
I think he's Sir now, isn't he?
Yes, so we gave him his big break. So this is just a random thing to publicise Red Nose Day, really, but it was nice that you came down. It's really nice to meet you. I don't know who that is. Paul's putting her right anyway, aren't you, Cole?
Yeah, you the one that goes straight up and down. I can't get that on a national health.
Anyway, so we made a television programme, and we've made lots of television programmes.
Yeah, I was on the BBC 6 o'clock news.
Yeah, I recognise Devon from the BBC 6 o'clock news last week, in fact. The second story was Devon talking about his mental health experience. So, but the music is obviously a hook for the cameras. You know, they love to see something visual and audio. You know, and it's a kind of positive story as well. But you know, now Sam Mines is going, it's helping people and so on. There's us with, well, that's
Mark Easton.
yeah, Mark Easton there. He's been down twice. Very good jazz piano player, Mark Easton. Ken. Ken Livingstone. We interviewed Ken Livingstone for Resonance FM, the arts radio station.
What a
He looks a bit like Queen Victoria in that picture.
Now that virus is taken over, how do you feel about that? Does it make you feel down or low? He says sometimes. He never said he's depressed.
He said, in my job, you never get depressed. I think he probably does, but he would never admit to it, like many people. We went to Ireland with the Channel 1 band.
The film is called Home. The day we danced on the
Over the moon. The day we danced on the moon.
So we went for a week to Ireland to make a film. And the film was shown at the Berlin Film Festival, and they paid all our expenses for a week, so we were delighted. But at one point we had to do 3 gigs in a day, This was one of them at the opening of the Clifton Arts Festival on the west coast of Ireland. Pouring down with rain, of course, this island. And then we had to do another gig in a hotel that had 2 helipads and was full of American tourists.
We didn't have all these.
There was a problem with the PA system, so we had to do an acoustic version. So the pressure was building on about this time, but it was a really good week, and
the people were lovely.
The people were lovely, and the film was quite a nice insight into.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, no, it's not on YouTube. If anyone's interested, I'll send you a link. It is on the internet. And we did a local event based around the film, called it Moon Dance. The film was called The Day We Danced on the Moon. And by this time we were an award-winning reggae band, so we did it with Gene Vincent Breeze, who's a well-known West Indian poet, as you probably know. That's the Eddie Nestor.
Rachel Perkins.
Rachel Perkins.
It's the Drive Time Show.
They presented the Eddie Nestor Drive Time Show from Sound Minds, which is quite nice. So there was a big, plus for mental health. And finally, this is our 21st anniversary gig at the Bedfords, and we're just coming up to our 25th anniversary. So we'll be doing another big gig, and you're all very welcome to come along. And it's usually free, we just ask to show your tin. This is the Sound Minds today. This is the Sound Minds Community Choir at the Candlemaker Pub. We actually did a gig there when it was the Buzz Bar, which was a gay bar. But this is the Candlemaker Pub, which is on Battersea High Street, again in between us and Catherine Low Settlement, which is quite nice. There's a community choir, just a plug for the community choir at Catherine Low Settlement. Anyone who wants to come, you're very welcome. It's completely free, 4 till 6. It's kind of mixed mental health and everything else, really. We've got a drama group starting at Catherine Low Settlement next week. Next week, yeah. Welcome to come.
If you're interested, come along.
And a final bit of local links is the Battersea Jazz Workshop have recently started booking Sound Minds to run the Jazz Workshop, which is a really nice thing for us to do, and we've got some free places if anybody's got mental health issues and living in Malta, we've got free places for them. So that's a really nice alliance that we've struck. There we are.